welcome to our do-it-yourself video on doing beeswax wraps. Now we have a wonderful book at the White City branch, and it's got lots of good ideas. This is one of the ideas, and it's if you want to be saving on not using cling wrap in your home, this is a perfect alternate. And so it's my first time doing it, so we will see how it works out. I have melted my ingredients in a double boiler, so there's warm water, and it's important it does solidify quite quickly, so we will be using an iron to help with that process. So we're just going to work very quickly, finding a paintbrush, working from the inside out. And then again, we will use the iron to help distribute that a little bit more. We have used the beeswax pellets, which I found a lot easier. Otherwise, you can use the beeswax and grate it. Michael's carries beeswax, and I'm sure online you can find suppliers. We have used the jojoba oil, which is also antibacterial as well as beeswax, so it makes a good resource for using in food preparation. It does take a bit of time for the resin to melt in your double boiler, so just have to be patient, and you can see it is beginning to solidify, but using the iron, it'll help distribute that a little bit more. And so I will be including the proportions that I used. There will be a number of course, what you plan on doing for your fabric. If you're plan on doing a big project, I'm just going to demo doing the one piece today. So we just did the amount for that. Okay, so you try to saturate it not too much, but is covering it well. And then the process of using the iron, it will help saturate it through to the other side, so that my iron is on the hottest setting, your linen cotton setting. And so you just want to kind of slowly go over it, and you can kind of see through that it is coming through that wax area. So the beeswax wraps will last, anywhere up to a year. And again, depending on if it's soiled after use, you would just use cool water and a mild detergent. Sometimes if it's just, doesn't necessarily need to be washed between every use. If it's used on a bowl, these are nice covers for bowls. And then sometimes if you have found that you have put too much on and it is saturating through, you can also put another piece of fabric on top. Yeah, and I think there's probably a little bit I need to just work in a little bit more here. As you can see, the fabric didn't get it all the way, but that's pretty easy to just go back and touch that up. Want to make sure it's all the way through. Yeah, and so if you have a designated brush that you want to use for this project, otherwise just a disposable one, because the beeswax will be almost impossible to get off of the brush. And the same with I just use a tin can here, so you can use, if you have a designated measuring Pyrex cup or whatever. I think that should be good. Got one more. And then again, at the lifespan of this, when the 12 months or maybe a little bit before, all these need to be is a retouching up of re-waxing. and they're good to go again. There, I think that did it. They even say that sometimes before you start, if you, on your cookie sheet, iron your fabric where it's nice and warm, it keeps that beeswax a little bit more liquefied as you work. There, and so we're just going to take it off now, and all it is going to just take a few minutes just to thoroughly cool and dry, and you can just put it on a baking rack here, and it will be, because it has the resin in it, it will be, you know, very sticky to form around the bowl. I'm just going to give you a little closer up of the ratios for fabric there. So if you want, like, you can just do quite a big project with many pieces of fabric, and then I'm going to just let the camera zero in on the instructions too. Yeah, you can make some really nice fabric covers for bowls. They can be used for sandwiches. Just, you know, wrap them up if you're a larger piece of fabric. You know, fruit, veggies. They just say not to use it for meat and that, but everything else they're great to use in place of cling wrap. And yeah, so thanks for joining us, and good luck if you want to go ahead and try your own beeswax wraps.